Well, thank you for joining us for South Carolina's Independent News Thanksgiving Premiere. We are just minutes away, or hours, excuse me, from the Thanksgiving Day celebrations, the parade, all of that you can watch on our local TV stations. But we want to remind you that not just that, but that all the news about traffic and all that, this is a live look over Charleston and the bridge. You can see not busy, which is great because there's travel times. We are also going to look at the Ravenel Bridge entrance. Now, this is a little bit more busy. On your screen, you can see a lot more busy there than normal, right? So definitely, we're going to watch out for those travel times on our board. And we're going to take a look at our 4-day plus. Um, this is going into tomorrow, right? The 4-day plus here with us here with South Carolina Independent News. We want to let you know about the 4-day plus. This is just the 3-day extended. You can see on your screen. We're looking to have nice weather, right? That is a nice thing to have is nice weather for Thanksgiving. It's just going to be very cold. You can definitely or all of that from thanks to our live super doppler definitely shows that tomorrow we're going to see about a low of 29. So we're going to say that our impact day we're going to place the impact day on Thursday into Friday, just to keep that there because it is definitely going to be just Thursday, but it definitely is going to be extremely cold. And we do want to let you know that people in our communities are homeless, right? They experience homeless and do not have a family and all that for Thanksgiving, which is extremely sad, but we will continue to update you about all of our Thanksgiving things. So let's not just with that traffic there, but what is before we go into our broadcast, we want to show you um our we're going to show you a video from our friends at WYFF News 4 who are telling us that this year all the waste from all of our Thanksgiving could equal up to a lot. Let's tell you all about it on your screen as soon as we can get it to pop up. You're not okay. Here we go. We were gonna take you there, but sorry, we're gonna take you there in just a second. Let's take you there right now.
No, that's
Come
great for
on.
some
Yeah,
people,
not
but
you.
I'll tell you where I like to be. I like to be in the kitchen. And with Thanksgiving happening tomorrow, we know that right now it is go time for a lot of families who are cooking.
Yeah, and if you are hosting family or friends this year, and as you whip up those delicious recipes, state officials are reminding you to prevent food waste. Our Maya Payton shares the tips they're asking you to keep in mind ahead of tomorrow.
Well, right now, this fridge is empty. But experts say come Thanksgiving evening, fridges across the country will be full of leftovers. I'm talking 300 million pounds to be exact, headed to the trash. But you don't have to contribute to that number.
Food waste comprises about roughly 24% of all the waste in a landfill. Think about that. 1/4 of the waste in a landfill is food waste.
Thanksgiving Day is so close you can smell it. Literally, many have already started on their meals. The question is, will you and your family eat it all?
A recent study estimates it's about
How long
40%
it
of the
takes a
food
big
waste generated on
dinner like
Thanksgiving
my
Day
dad to go
is
from
turkey.
beer belly.
Richard Chesley with the South Carolina Department of Environmental Services says dairy products are a close second. He says the waste numbers on Thanksgiving Day are shocking.
We're looking at 320 million pounds. It's estimated from a recent study from ReFed, and that's worth about $555 million. So that's just lost money from folks buying food and not consuming it. So
he says that's about 267 million meals. There are ways that you can prevent contributing to this waste by using a food portion calculator, which can be found online. He names another option.
Once you decide what you're going to do for the day, you need to be a smart shopper. What are you going to need? Buy only what you need, but before you go to the store, shop your refrigerator, your freezer, your cabinets, your pantry.
And don't be blindsided by leftovers. Prepare for leftovers.
Have to-go containers ready. Give them to your guests to take the food home. Or even if you have more than that, you can give to your neighbors and friends.
Chesley says to keep local food banks in mind. If you have an excess of non-perishable foods after Thanksgiving, then drop them off at a local food bank. In Greenville, I'm Maya Payton reporting, WIFF News 4.
I almost passed out from
Yeah, that is definitely great to know. This season, right? We're gonna take you straight there as soon as we can get our. So we're having our issues here. We're gonna tell you about NBC, how NBC is preparing for the parade. We'll take you there right now.
Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Tomorrow marks the parade's 99th year. Right now, organizers, they are starting to inflate the more than 30 massive balloons that will float down the city's streets. NBC News correspondent Stephen Romo joins me now from where it's all happening on Manhattan's Upper West Side. Stephen, always good to have you on Daily. What are the preparation efforts there looking like right now? Talk about this production. I mean, a lot of people in New York who are in the know are there with you because this is a really cool part ahead of the parade.
Yeah, this is a really cool part, Vicki. You're right about that. I actually was thinking, how cool can it be just inflating these balloons? Well, let me introduce you to my new friend, kind of an old friend, Buzz Lightyear. He is one of the new balloons this year. It is so cool to see these balloons fill up and come to life. There's really not much anything like it. And the amount of work that goes into putting this together, all of the people here to get this set up, and it is impressive. There is a lot that goes into it, not just personnel, but the actual balloons and floats and all of the different things that go into this. The 34 balloons, 28 floats, 11 marching bands. I want to get these numbers right. 8,000 participants and 3.5 million spectators for this. That's actually what will happen tomorrow when the parade happens. But just today, Vicki, the massive crowds out here, people that want to see these balloons get filled up. I thought before, why are they doing that? Now I get it. It actually is very cool to see.
You've been captured by the magic, Stephen. Let's talk about some of the new balloons and floats that they're going to be launching at tomorrow's parade.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that Buzz Lightyear is a new balloon this year. They have brought him out this year. Of course, Toy Story is 20 years old, but we've also got Pac-Man, the arcade game from the 80s, also a new float this year. Shrek's onion carriage, not Shrek, his onion carriage, very specific there. That is new this year, as is Derpy Tiger from K-pop Demon Hunters, which I have to mention because my nieces love that movie so much. If I didn't mention it, I think they would be kind of mad at me. But those are the new ones lined up this year.
I know. I'm super excited for Derpy, too. So your nieces and me, we're connected. Stephen Romo, enjoy the rest of your day there watching those balloons get filled. And remember, you can watch tomorrow. We will have the Macy's 99th Annual Thanksgiving Day Parade right here on NBC or on Peacock. It starts at 8:30 Eastern.
We thank you for watching, and remember,
Yeah, we want to remind you about that, right? It is great, right? We're going to take you to another look, or excuse me, not another look, but we're going to talk about the holiday travel guide for AAA this year. AAA suspects that there will be 81.8 million people on the road this year, right? That is according to AAA. And they do say this is the almost the highest since last year, bringing at 2019, or excuse me, 2019, so it's suspected at 77.8 million people were traveling. That is more than 50 miles. They say 90%, this is by car itself. They say there's nearly 90% of Thanksgiving travelers, and additionally to 1.3 million people on the road compared to last Thanksgiving. The number could be higher if some air travelers decide to drive instead of fly. So they remind you that you need to stay safer on the roads and make sure you have all the essentials. And um they say that the domestic flights from Orlando are usually going to Paris, right? Something closer to home here in South Carolina. They say that Atlanta, Georgia, mainly goes to Aruba. That's quite crazy. They say the best and worst times to fly are the best, being before on Tuesday. This was as of yesterday. They say that they suggest you get on the road before 12 o'clock, and today they suspect you get on before 11 a.m. And Thursday they expect minimal traffic impact expected. That's the latest from AAA newsroom, and they say if you are anywhere in Atlanta to Savannah, they say via I-16 East, the peak congestion period is Sunday, 3:30 p.m. and 5 hours and 16 minutes is your estimated time of arrival, and increased 53% of traffic. That is great to know. Thanks to the AAA Travel Guide. We want to remind you that you can watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade right here or not right here, excuse me, on WYFF News 4. That is, if you're watching Antenna, that's WYFF 4.1. We're actually going to have that on the screen. That's the best place to watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. That's on WYFF News 4. That's on Antenna TV. You can also watch on any NBC channel, so that possibly WYFF News 4, 4.1, or potentially the very local app, which is run and operated by WYFF News 4 and their other stations. I would suggest trying that because you never know. We're going to take one last look at that traffic for you before we end the night off here. But this is the day before. This is the eve, right? This is Thanksgiving Eve. All the travelers are getting on the road, or they hopefully have been before this taping. We want to remind you to stay safe out there. We're going to take you to the Ravenel. Oh, excuse me. No, we're not. We're going to take you to Columbia. Just minutes from Columbia, it's downtown. That looking good on that camera for you, so that is nice to know. Should not have any problems with congestion on that area, but that is definitely great to note. And we're also going to take you to another Skycam in just a moment. We're going to try to find the worst area, right? Where is the worst area? I know traffic is not too bad tonight, but we want to get you somewhere that the traffic is so bad that we can give you a full report on that. But we do want to. This Skycam here looks pretty nice. This is in Columbia, the outskirts of Columbia. But we do want to remind you that we are almost Thanksgiving and literally almost to Christmas. But if you like and subscribe to this channel, we can give you the latest on we can take you to town halls and so much more here on this channel. If you like and subscribe to help us buy some great tech. Let's just say that. Let's take you to our live Super Doppler 2 excuse me, where we are going to take you to our browser in just a moment. This is a live look from our live Super Doppler area. We are very dry across our upstate, not looking any showers. That is nice to know, and that's also good to know because let's take a look at our 4-day plus for you. Or excuse me, the 3-day, tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. We're going to be in the mid to upper 50s. That's nice to know. Should not get out of the 50s. We may see pushing 70, if that. But I do want to remind you that it'll be quite cold. So if you are going to be sitting outside for Thanksgiving, I would definitely reconsider that because it's going to be too cold. I want to say thank you for watching South Carolina Independent News. It is great to watch, or great to have you, right? We want to remind you, you can get local news and weather all day long with South Carolina Independent News. Here with us, you can see it all day long, trust me, right? Let's take you to that sky cam for you right now. We're going to take you there to get a little refresh on our traffic, right? It is nice to be able to check our traffic for you one last time. In just a second, we are going to take you getting a little bit closer to home, so that's nice, as that sky cam must be out of whack, right? Taking you to a sky cam that's not even working, right? Let's take you to right now here. That sky cam that is getting into Fountain Inn, looking pretty nice. I just thank you for watching South Carolina Independent News. It is great to have you, and remind you this is just our Thanksgiving special, so you can watch so much more of South Carolina Independent News on our YouTube or wherever you can stream us. Thank you so much. Have a great